So, first store I went to was one of the biggest L's I've ever taken.
This will be fun. Let's see if we can pound it on top.
So, as a male, you're used to being rejected by girls. Maybe not you, because
never.
you've never been there. But as a male that wasn't wifed up since day one, you're used to getting rejected by girls. You know, you go approach a girl, you talk to her, you can tell. Usually, I'm not going to get too overarching with these statements, because some of you guys can't tell it. It's fucking cringe, and I can talk about that later. But well, you can usually tell if she's not into it, and you keep it moving. It's simple. You're like, oh, I asked you out, you said no, keep moving. You're going to get rejected all the time.
On to the next chair.
Yeah.
How about your friend? Oh, I wanted to buy you a drink. Oh, you don't want it? Well, I wanted to buy her a drink then.
Right? You DM someone, they ghost you, you keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know, Tinder, same thing, keep it moving. It's cool. Eventually, you'll match up with someone that likes you, and then you can move on with your life. But most males...
That's kind of the story of Cinderella, wasn't it? Like the perfect love story.
Exactly. It's not a complicated process, is what I'm trying to say. Now, every now and then, you take an L, and you're just like, damn, that one was tough.
Eat that.
And it's usually because it was in front of everybody. Worst part is, in this case, it wasn't like I was being even remotely aggressive. Basically, to trim the fat, get to the start of the story.
I think we're past the trim the fat. You're already in the meat of it.
So
we got some gristle on this story.
I used to work at this hotel, and I was a bellman. And so at the hotel I was at, there was a little coffee shop just inside the main entrance. So like, obviously my job as a bellman, I hang around the front, I give everyone the Fonzie. I'm like, hey, what's up? How are you? Hey, and I do that all day.
Everybody ignores you, walks past.
Exactly.
Says, oh, it's a nice little Mexican.
Exactly. There's a little Mexican.
This must be a nice resort.
How exotic.
Wow, I didn't know we went across the seas.
Fuck. Anyways, so you're enjoying that way too much. So anyways, I would get bored. So I go over this department, go flirt with the cute girl that works there. I get bored, I go over this department, go flirt with the cute girl that works there. I had a couple friends around the place, so I'd go hang out with some of my friends. And everything was chill. And there was one girl that worked at the coffee shop. She was very conveniently located right next to me. Now, that being said, this is so long ago, I don't remember her name, so let's call her Jessica. Anyway.
Fair enough.
So anyways, me and Jessica would chat it up every now and then. I thought she was cute. She would talk to me. That's pretty much as far as that went.
And we're gone.
But I kind of felt like there was at least some kind of vibe there, or at least for any of you funny guys out there, you know that like they might not be into you right away, but you just need a little bit of conversation before they can start like warming up to you. Like, so once they see that you're a funny guy, because before that you're just that fat guy, you're like, what am I doing here?
Like I said, you need a personality.
Yeah.
You need that personality.
What funny guys do, they gotta warm up to you, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, so we've been chatting for a couple weeks, whatever. And then I think one day I went out to the movies with the boys. I think, if I recall correctly, it was like Ryan, Max, and Colton were with me. And we went to the Cineplex. And we were leaving the movie. And we're leaving through the lobby. And her and her friends were coming in. So we're like kind of crossing paths in the lobby there. Yeah. And I've never seen her outside of work before. And so I saw her and I was like, oh, hey. And I walk up to her. And she just looks at me like, who's this? And I'm like,
she real life ghosted you.
And I'm just like, kind of irked straight away. I'm like, what's this face? As I'm walking up to her, what's this face? And like, I get to like, I'm not even like in her face or anything. I'm like a healthy distance away. I'm like, hey, what are you going to see? I just like, normal conversation, nothing aggressive. You say every day. I wasn't even like hitting on her. I was just like, hey, what are you seeing? Like, it was that like chill.
Yeah.
And she just looks at me like, and starts giving you the fucking Jenna Marbles chin back, and I'm like, damn. I'm not saying anything. I'm kind of just shocked. But inside, I'm like, what the fuck did I say? And I'm just like,
are you the first man that looked better in a hotel hop uniform than you did outside?
So she like scrams, and her friends are like,
oh
you know,
my God.
like irks, like what's going on here? And they boogie. And I turn around and I look at the boys. All three of them are on the floor in the carpet. They're on the carpet and they're fucking rolling. And I'm like,
secondhand dying.
And I'm just like, bruh, what the hell was that? I didn't do anything. Like that was just so uncalled for. And I'm just like, wow,
just get away.
So I just like left. I'm like sitting in the car when they all show up. I'm like, I don't even know what happened. So, anyways, needless to say, your boy's pretty butthurt after this.
Yeah.
So, but naturally, literally, I work with her tomorrow. And like I said, we work like 20 feet apart. Like, it's not like I'm not going to see her, right? Yeah, right? Like, it's not like I'm not going to see her. So, anyways, I'm butthurt talking about this.
It's pretty embarrassing.
So,
right off the bat.
So, I'm at work, and I see her, like, the next day, and it's kind of one of those things where, like, I'm turning, we make eye contact, and I just keep walking. I do that, like, for pretty much the entire day. Well, after, like, the third or fourth time, she's kind of, like, giving me, like, the head nod, like, hey, like, come over here so I can talk to you. And I'm like...
Petty Dustin.
Yeah. But her Dustin is Petty Dustin, and I was so, like...
There's not many L's you can't talk your way out of. That's the one that's just handed on a silver platter. That's
what I'm saying. Like, you could take rejection and keep it moving. Like, if I was like, hey, do you want to go out? She's like, honestly, not really into it. But like, all right, no problem. And maybe I'll still talk to her on the side. But the way she curved me in that theater, I was just like...
I'm just picturing, like, the Mean Girls. Like, somebody walking up to one of them and just keep going.
It's just the biggest, like... yeah, it was a pretty serious Jenna Marbles impersonation. It was
bad. That's bad. That's bad.
I was pretty irked by it. Anyways, so it doesn't even take her to the end of the day to realize something's up. Now, obviously, I'm pissed. Everyone can tell I'm a little butthurt about something. So I told the boys at the Bellman guys. I told them.
The whole hotel knows.
I told a couple friends.
Guy comes in for it, gives him the keys. He's gonna tell him the story right there.
It's no mystery after a couple of days. Most of the people that are like our age know what's going on. Like the people that talk, most people know what happened. And so I guess I don't know who told her. I don't know when she found out. But after like a day or so, she knows why I'm mad. Anyways, she's stuck behind this cafe counter. She can't just leave. And, like, getting out requires, like, moving some, like, shell. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, anytime I even...
behind the counter.
Anytime I even see her even look in my direction for the next week, I just scram. I'm out of here. I don't want to talk to you. I
can't do this.
I'm so uninterested. There was one time where I was walking down this hallway, and I see her turn the corner, come right at me, hard right. I don't even know where I'm going, but I will walk around this entire fucking building before I have to walk past
out.
I was just like, nah. I was avoiding her like the plague. I didn't want anything to do with it.
You're like the Waze app. Like, oh, there's traffic this way. I'm taking a right. I don't care where it is. I'm seeing green. I'm going.
Anyways, the day finally comes where we have to talk. I'm sitting in the lunchroom. There's one way in, one way out. I was on my phone. I got food in my mouth. I get nowhere to go. I take a bite. I look up. She walked in the door. I'm like, She came and sat right fucking in front of me, and she's like, hi. And I'm like, damn.
This is the secret to getting Dustin. Once he sits down and starts grazing, that's when you move into his habitat.
Like classic fishing. Throw the bait out. Just wait. He'll come.
He set up his nest. He's not moving for a couple hours.
Anyways, so she's like right there now, and I'm like, all right, well, it's time to have this conversation. So I'm like, what's up? Acting like nothing happened.
How's it going?
And she's like, Dustin, I'm so sorry. Can I explain what happened? And I'm just like, The head bob.
What have you said?
I'm like, go for it. Tell me what happened. She was like, I was so high. I didn't even know I was at the theater until the movie started. I didn't recognize you. I'm sorry. And she's like, I didn't know you had tattoos. You always cover them up at work. And I'm just like, once again, I don't know what it is about this white-ass town, but it's like, so you just saw some brown dude walk up to you and you're like, ah.
Yet again, brown guy with tattoos in the dark. You gotta stop sneaking up on women this way. This is why you got lucky with Hope. The rest of them are all seeing through your shit. Even people that just see you as a normal person, they're like, what is this guy thinking? You gotta keep out of the shadows, my man. Wear a flashlight. You need one of those kicks with the headlamps.
Yeah. She was too high. She didn't know it was me. And I'm just like...
And realistically, it's a little bit of a red flag. Kind of helped you out there by the fact that she was so high out in public.
What was she high on? Like,
anybody?
Like, I don't smoke weed. Never have. Can you get that high?
I smoke weed. Definitely do. I've never just not recognized people.
Or like not knowing where you
I've
were.
never been like, oh, I just show up at this spot. Like, is a dream state? No, you're not just high on weed.
Right? Like, all my drug users out there, tell me what she was on. I don't fucking know, but she was on something.
We got some people with some accurate descriptions coming out here.
But, yeah, either way, she's like, I didn't even know where I was. And I'm like, damn, like, that's tough. I mean... I was kind of over it. Like, you think it's been a couple of weeks. I was butthurt, but I was kind of just more like keeping it up for the sake.
I'm not taking a second L and being the first one to talk.
Yeah,
one L in this whole situation.
Exactly. I wasn't about to just like get back into this. So I was like, whatever. It's been a week. I wasn't even really mad anymore. I was just playing it up still. But yeah, I just remember like it wasn't even that we stopped talking or that she apologized. None of that even mattered. The only thing that really mattered was how fucking deep the wound was of me standing in Cineplex as her and her friends run off, and the boys are just pissing themselves behind me, and I'm just like...
And none of us believe that she went and talked to you. Not a single one of us believe this bullshit story.
The real story is Dustin trying to pull some chick in a Cineplex and got curved like a feed.
You're the only person I know that could make up this story. You got a whole plot line. You're like, oh yeah, in out in the Harrison area where you don't know any of those people. Don't worry.
That's the key to a good story. You just have to have a good backstory.
No, she went to a different school.
She went to a different school. World building and make your own universe.
This is a real life Minecraft here.
Holy.
Played it out.